So you've been wanting to add architectural mesh to your project, but now you've been hearing a lot about wire mesh facades. Well, what exactly is that? And is it right for my project? Have no worries, I'll explain everything, so stick around. Hi there, my name's Wendy, and have you ever worked on a project that really needed some extra character? Well, wire mesh facade can do just that, taking the dullest buildings and giving them the wow factor they need to stand out. But what exactly is a wire mesh facade? Here at WS Tyler, we've got over 20 years of experience working with the world of architecture, and we want to share our knowledge with you to ensure all possibilities are considered during your architectural design process. So in this video, we'll define what a wire mesh facade is, the benefits it brings, and some drawbacks you need to consider. A wire mesh facade is a series of rolls of wire mesh that are unrolled, stretched, and tensioned between a top and bottom structural support. And for that structure, there's two variants you can choose from, a full height panel or an infill panel. A full height panel is tensioned to prevent wind deflection, which could cause the mesh to bend to a point where repetitive wire fatigue damages the integrity of the facade. To do this, a tension strip is folded over the top of the mesh and a clevis assembly is used to attach the top of the mesh to the top substructural support. The bottom mounting has a similar system, however, a spring tension system is installed on the bottom substructure, which we'll get into that in a minute. For larger projects, you need additional support, which is where intermediate tubes come in. These are installed at specific intervals to preserve the tension of the facade, preventing the mesh from moving and being damaged. An infill panel is a series of individual cut-to-size wire mesh panels that are typically used for railings. They get fastened to a prefabricated frame before being mounted to the structure. So generally, when using full height panels, you get the best value when you implement the maximum width of 10 feet. But the density of the material is another key factor that affects the cost of a full height tension system. And then there's the amount of customization needed. For example, if you wanted to mount the bottom of a 50-foot panel onto a base that's not level, the mesh can be cut to accommodate this, but the level of detail will of course include additional fabrication costs. And also, cut-to-size pieces for an infill panel system is going to be cheaper per square foot than full height tension systems. And if your project calls for the facade to be painted, there's an additional cost per square foot on top of the initial cost. The customization of a wire mesh facade allows it to be applicable to almost any architectural application. When doing a full height panel, the mesh is shipped in rolls that are as long as you need them to be and are easy to unroll on site. What's nice about this is that the wire mesh panels typically only need significant support at the top and bottom. If you choose to use a panelized system that doesn't roll, there would need to be substructure frames for each panel, and the overall price of the project would be substantially higher. To put it simply, working with the larger panel parameters of wire mesh is far more cost-effective than using other solutions that have strict size constraints. Other key benefits is its ability to adapt to harsh weather conditions. Since the facade uses a spring system to allow movement, any ice or snow buildup is eliminated as the wind causes the mesh to flex. This spring system also prevents the facade from being damaged when introduced to gale-force winds. Generally, wire mesh facades consist of stainless steel wires that have been woven together to form panels that hold a specific pattern and feel. When compared to aluminum or perforated plate panels, the quality of the wire mesh facades cannot be matched. But that being said, the material itself is one of the most expensive options on the market. Now, it should be noted that cheaper materials tend to rely on grid systems that carry larger substructural costs than wire mesh facades. At a certain point, these substructural costs allow wire mesh facades to stand out as the more affordable option. But the cost benefits that a wire mesh facade has the potential of offering will be non-existent if you're working on a small project that's less than 10,000 square feet. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, fill out the Contact Us form so we can answer your specific questions. Just click the link in the description. And if you'd like to learn more about our woven wire mesh or many products, we have a learning center filled with written and video content to make you an expert. Click the second link and you'll be that expert in no time. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and ring that bell to keep up with all things WS Tyler. Once again, my name is Wendy and I'll see you around in the next video. Bye for now.